Today we are going to again learn some of the SupraWEB. We're going to go over some of the basic navigation and the things that you are able to do using the SupraWEB management site. On the SupraWEB management site, you can obtain update and authorization codes for your key. You can identify key holder names. You're able to manage your lockbox inventory and listing information. You are also able to view, email, and schedule activity reports, set up showing notifications. You can view and send showing feedback, as well as access SupraWEB and SupraKey training materials. So let's go ahead and get started. On the screen, what you see is the homepage of the Supra website. Their website, you can see here, is SupraEkey.com. When you get to this site, on the right-hand side, you're going to click in this purple button that says SupraWEB Login for Real Estate Agents. Once you click on that button, it's going to take you to this screen that will require you to log in using login credentials that you will actually need to create yourself. You cannot log in here using your Paragon login credentials. It does not need your member number. It wants you to create your own username and password. And you'll do that by clicking this button down here where it says new user registration. I'll go ahead and just click on that so you can see. Go ahead and answer the questions that they have for you in here, and then you'll be able to log into the site. Okay, my screen is going to actually take us directly into the SupraWEB management site and show us the dashboard for the SupraWEB. When you initially go to the site after logging in with the credentials that you create yourself, it may ask you for your key serial number and PIN number. You want to make sure you choose your key number and not your lockbox number. So if you're using an e-key, your key serial number will be at the top of the app. When you open your e-key application, you'll see your key serial number at the top of the screen. And if you're using an express key, you can see the key number on the back of your key. Let's go ahead and go over some of the buttons that you see here. This is the showings dashboard. So at the top you have home, listings, reports, settings. I'm going to skip over billing and go to support. Your billing is actually handled directly through the association, so you can just ignore the billing button that you see here. The left-hand side, you have quick links. Let's go ahead and go through some of those links. The first link says update code. Okay, so if you are using an e-key, you can use this code if it does not allow your key to update and you hit that update key and it needs an emergency update code. And for an express key as well, if you need an emergency update code, this is the code that you need to enter. Okay, so you come to quick links and you go to update code. Just below where you see authorization code, this code actually will only work for e-key users. This is the 30-digit code that you enter to activate your e-key. This number changes every time you need a number, just as well as the update code. You'll need a new code each time. For example, with the e-key, if you lose your phone or the e-key app somehow disappears from your phone, then you can come to the SupraWEB management site and you can generate this authorization code so that you're able to reactivate your e-key once you get your new device. The second quick link that you see here, identify key holder. This link you probably won't use very often because the keys, the technology and the keys have been updated, so you can normally see the key holder's name within your actual key. But let's say someone leaves their key behind at an open house or at your office, you can type that key serial number in here and be able to find out who the key holder is. Change PIN is a feature that you'll see if you have an e-key. If you would like to change your 4-digit code that you use to open the bottom of lockboxes, then change PIN is the feature that you're going to use. Okay. Just below there, we have Add Key Box. I'm going to go ahead and click on Add Key Box, and it takes you to the screen to add a key box to your inventory. So normally when you purchase a lockbox from Bay East, the lockbox is automatically added into your inventory. But if for some reason it is not, you can come here to manually add the lockbox to your inventory. If you are working with another agent and you need to be able to monitor the lockbox, even if the lockbox belongs to that other agent, you can actually come here and add the lockbox as well. Let me just give an example. So you would just come and enter whatever the shackle code, the lockbox serial number here, the MLS number. If you have already placed the listing on the MLS, you can put the MLS number in there and add the key box. If not, you can actually just put in some type of identifying marker so that you'll know what it is when you see that lockbox on the screen, even if you just put the street name or house number and a partial street name. You can go ahead and add it. I personally would recommend placing the listing on the MLS and then coming to SupraWEB and adding it manually that way. I know you may have seen in Paragon when you go to manage your listing, there's actually a link that will take you into SupraWEB to add your lockbox that way. But I recommend coming directly to the SupraWEB management site so that it can bypass waiting for an update in order to communicate with your listing. Go directly to the SupraWEB management site and you can add the lockbox here. I'm going to actually just go ahead and move forward from this. So if I come back to the home screen and we're looking at the showings dashboard, I'm going to come to the top of the screen. We've gone through all the quick links. You can see on the bottom there's a legend that will allow you to identify each of the icons that you see on the screen as well. Okay, so if I had just added that lockbox and this was the lockbox here, if there was a showing, it would show me the showing agent's name and contact information. It would show me the address of the property if I had placed the MLS number in there. And then it shows me the date and time that they entered and exited the property as well. So I'm going to click the listings on top. There's no listings assigned in your keybox inventory because I don't have any listings. I'm not an agent, but if you had listings, you would see them here. I can click on the key boxes button to see the lockboxes, my lockbox inventory. Okay, I can delete the lockbox from my inventory. I can assign an MLS number to it, or I can check the settings. So let's take a look at what that looks like. Okay. If you want to receive showing notifications, this is a short way to get to that. If I wanted to receive showing notifications on this lockbox, I can just click this box here and I can have copies sent to additional email addresses or text additional phone numbers if I like as well by placing that information in here and choosing save. You can also create reports. If you click on the reports button here, there are two different types of reports you can create. I can create a showing report for my lockbox. I can also create a key activity report. Let's say I wanted to, for whatever reason you may need to know the houses that you visited last, you can go to create key activity report and see a report. You can select the date range and it will show a report of the last lockboxes you've accessed. It will give you the date, the time. It even shows how long your showing was. And then you have the ability to email or print that report. The top create showing report. Okay. So here you can create a showing report for either all of your listings or you can specify a lockbox or MLS number. You can select the date range. There are some additional options at the bottom. Include showing agent contact information and report. Include feedback information and report. So you can view the results. Of course, I'm going to always be the showing agent, but you, of course, would have the actual showing agent's name and contact information here. Your key box, and you'll see their key number. I'm going to go ahead and skip to settings. So here in the settings, there's 3 different types of setting options. You can set up general email notifications. I'm going to go ahead and click on there. So here you can verify the email address that you're receiving these notifications. Again, there's a message here that it may be overwritten by the email your organization has on record. So if you come here and you change it, please be sure that you notify us to update your email here as well. So showing notifications for all key boxes. So you can ask that you receive beginning and estimated end of showing notifications for all key boxes in your inventory. So that means that you'll be notified every time an agent opens your lockbox and when the showing has been completed. If you have requested feedback and an agent is sending that feedback, you can receive a notification that they have sent that feedback. You can ask to be reminded to send feedback to listings that you visit, to send feedback to those listing agents. And you can also allow listing agents to send you update emails on listings that you have shown. Okay. Enable listings assignment email reminders. It says not applicable for active keys, but we no longer use those keys, so you can disregard that. Here you can upload your photo and enter the contact information or your business card here, so that this is what an agent sees when they receive emails from you through Supra. Going back to settings, scheduled email. So you can receive an email when another agent shows your listings. You can ask to receive those once a week or once a month. And you can just say every Monday you want to receive your email of any agents who have shown your listings, and you can ask that any feedback be included there as well. Okay, so this is only applicable to the e-key. This says select the number of days worth of showing activity you would like to appear on your e-key. So you can go up to 7 days on the amount of showing activity you would like to appear. I'm going to actually come and switch over really quickly to the express key. Okay, so if you are using an express key, there's actually an additional feature here. Under settings, if you are using an express key and you come into the SupraWEB management site, if you lose or misplace your express key, you can actually click this button that says locate express key. And it says this option allows you to locate your express key. If it has been misplaced, press the button below to start the locating process. Supra is going to send you an email and it will let you know where your express key was last. Now, your express key, the battery does have to be charged and the power has to be on. So if you are using an express key, I'm going to recommend that you never completely power it down. If you just tap that gray button on the side, it will put it in sleep mode, and you'll be able to locate it as long as the battery's charged. So definitely make sure you keep the battery charged on your express key. Okay. All right. So an express key is a separate device. If you are using the key on your phone, you have an e-key. The Express Key is a separate device. It's a black square touchscreen key that you can use in place of using your cell phone. Okay, so again, I'm going to go ahead and skip this billing question here because you work directly with Bay East in your billing for your SupraKey, and I'm going to skip over to support. So when you come to the support screen, of course, you have the contact information for Supra. They're available 7 days a week from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. And on the left-hand side, under these quick links, there's some SupraWEB training materials that you can click on. You can go back to, and you can get information regarding your specific device. You can watch some videos and get some help and how-to if you have any questions. Okay. That is basically everything that you can do in the SupraWEB management site. Of course, any reports that you generate, you are also able to email or download or print as well. Okay. So if you have any questions, we'll go ahead and go over those. Are there any additional questions that you may have? Are there any questions, any key questions at all? Even if it has nothing to do with the SupraWEB? Okay, so let me, we have eKey users, and then we also have some Express Key users here. Let me just, for eKey users, do you all know if you are using your key in the South Bay that you probably should purchase what is called a fob to work through your Bluetooth and communicate to the lockboxes just in case you come across any of the older lockboxes. You can purchase the fob at our office at any time. It's probably about $65. It's a one-time fee. Since they have not, yes, the fob will work for any eKey device. So if you have the eKey on your phone, then you can come in and purchase a fob, because there's a couple associations in the South Bay that have not yet made it mandatory for agents to use the newest lockbox. So if you go into their areas, there is a high chance that you'll come across a lockbox that is not the latest lockbox. And unfortunately, we still receive notifications that sometimes agents are not using the newest boxes, even in parts of Alameda and Contra Costa counties as well. So just to be safe, you can purchase the fob. There are probably only 2 actual associations that have not transitioned over to the newest boxes, but I'm not sure when they'll all make it mandatory for agents to use those. And even then, may take a minute for every agent to actually realize that they're not using the latest box. So the latest box is the iBox BTLE. So the South Bay covers a wide area. Those listings, I believe, San Mateo and Santa Clara, I believe, have not switched over yet. But Bay East switched maybe 3 years ago at this point, and there's still sometimes, we receive those notifications as well. So I hope that this webinar gave you some good information. Please note that you can find, let me go ahead and show you on our website. If you go to bayeast.org, you can look under MLS and then keys and lockboxes, and our key pages here, where there's actually an interactive map that you can use if you have any questions to find out which area is which. There's contact information. Does my Bayes key work in this county? You can also come to get some additional information. Mobile SupraWEB for your e-key. There's also mobile SupraWEB that you can access for your express key, and those videos are here on our website. And then some additional information that you can find regarding your key and or key questions. Some additional information regarding the SupraWEB management website is there as well. And again, that is on bayeast.org. You can go to MLS and then keys and lockboxes and access that information. So I'm going to ask just one more time if there are any additional questions, or are you all good? All right. Well, thank you so much for attending, and you all have a great Friday.